10 weeks, 4 teams, 1 champion. And the winner of ProtoEV 2023 is...
Hello and welcome to ProtoEV London 2023. My name is Mike Lawrenson and this is Blair Henry, and we are here to showcase what we've been up to throughout the year with ProtoEV. So Blair, what is ProtoEV?
So the ProtoEV STEM Challenge is the flagship program for the Blair project. What we aim to do is make motorsport more diverse, accessible and inclusive, so no matter what your race, your gender or your background, anyone can take part. The main aim of our ProtoEV STEM Challenge is to inspire the next generation of engineers, entrepreneurs, innovators and technicians to drive the electric revolution of tomorrow.
So over the course of 4 months, we have had 4 teams in London who have been building their kart from petrol to electric go-karts. So let's see how they get on the induction day and test day 1.
Just want to say welcome to
We are here for our introduction day at Team Sport Mitcham. First, Blair discusses a little bit of history about the Blair project and how ProtoEV came to be. Next up, CEO Niall Henry expresses the mission of ProtoEV to diversify motorsport and to inspire youths about career pathways in STEM. Through being hands-on, team members will develop a basic understanding of electric vehicles, practical engineering and problem-solving skills that are needed to deliver continuous performance improvement. To conclude the presentation, I then talked about the rules of motorsport and what the teams will be doing on each of the test day and the race day. Now the presentation is done, the fun begins. The teams will now get to try out their karting skills here at the Team Sport Mitcham track. This will be the first time the teams get to see how well the other teams can drive, providing the challenge for their performance. Here we are for the first test day at track motor racing in Croydon. The weather here at Croydon, as you can see, is very, very windy. There is some rain due, but that's not going to stop us. Next up, all the marshals rock up with the staff waiting for the teams. Over several weeks, they have planned and executed their kart builds. Let's see how they get on. First up, Team Max Voltage from Oasis Play, Stockwell. Oasis are a youth charity who give their young ones the opportunities people could only dream of. Also from Oasis Play, we have Team AC/DC. Even though they had a late start, they hope to put pressure on their sister team, Max Voltage. Next to the grid, we have Team Bumblebee from the Avenues. Even though they had a rough start to the first test day, let's see how they can do by the end. Our fourth and final team, Team Hot Wheels from Downside Fisher, are raring to go. But first, they get a quick scrutiny off our marshals and from Red Bull Racing's very own Callum Nicholas. Once their safety checks have been done, they will be ready to go out on track. As you can see, the rain has now joined us, so let's see how they can do on these slick tyres, which are by no means made for the wet conditions. First up is Team Hot Wheels. Let's see how they get on. And away they go. This is going to be the first test session of the day. Let's see how he gets on. As you can see, he's taking it very cautiously around these bends. As I mentioned before, the slick tyres do not cope well in these wet conditions. Here we can see him coming into the second sector of the track, seeing a bit more standing water right up to the hairpin. As he comes round the hairpin, as you can see, he has a little spin. So these guys have had to come in just to make sure the car is okay, but let's get him straight back out there. Team Hot Wheels are now rejoining the circuit, hopefully to set a better time. As you can see now, the track conditions are drying up a little bit. There's not as much standing water, but that still won't stop us from using them slick tyres. As you can see, he's got a bit more grip on the inside of these bends. That is due to the track drying up. the Team Hot Wheels did encounter a little bit of an issue. It turns out that the issue we had was to do with the throttle, but that is no major issue. That is why we have all of our STEM ambassadors with us, and obviously the students to help problem solve and diagnose the karts. But sadly, due to the weather, the wind and the rain, we were unable to continue the test day, putting a stop to the first day at Croydon. Wow, what a first two brilliant days to ProtoEV London 2023. First of all, big thank you to Team Sport for letting us use the venue at Mitcham for our introduction day. The youth groups and schools got to go out on track, experience what karting is like, but also they allowed us to use the space to actually give our presentation on what they will be doing up on the coming weeks. So, what would they do between the induction day and the first test day?
So between the induction and the first test day, we give the teams a set of lesson plans that they go through over a 10-week period. So just a quick summary of what they go through during that period. So we link them up with STEM ambassadors, and they'll do lessons in regards to team building activities. So they'll be looking at their own individual strengths and weaknesses, looking at what is their best role for each individual within that team, similar to almost like a Formula One saying who's the best to be a team manager, team principal, engineer, and all those different roles. And then they have to do a sponsorship pitch to help to raise finance for their team. And then in the final 4 to 5 weeks of the programme, they'll be starting their retrofit from petrol to electric on the lead up to the first test day. So Michael, could you take us through the first test day?
Yeah, as you saw on the first test day, we were cut short due to the weather in the afternoon, but we did get to see Downside Fisher go out on track with Ollie at the helm. We also got a chance to meet the whole grid, so we had both Oasis teams there, we had Downside and we also had Avenues. Avenues were a little bit more behind, but it isn't going to stop them from competing in the final or even test day 2. So, let's see what happens in test day 2. We are back for ProtoEV round 2. We're back here at Croydon. As you can see, the weather has been a little bit more kind to us today. We're expecting sunshine throughout most of the day, maybe a bit of cloud towards the end of the second session. But we are here and all the teams are raring to go. 3 of the 4 teams are present here down today. Downside's Fisher, on the other hand, can't make today, but they were happy with their performance at the first test day. Attending test day 2, we have Oasis's AC/DC and Team Max Voltage, not to mention we have Team Bumblebee from Avenues. Team Bumblebee's car today is looking a lot closer to completion. Will Team's driver Dante be able to test their machine today, or will he run out of time? Looking to hit the track today, we have the kart 777, the AC/DC Racing from Oasis. As you can see, the kart is ready to go, just doing a final checks just to make sure the kart is safe to go out. Let's see how they will get on today during the second test day. Looking to also tackle the track today, we have the kart 9 Team Max Voltage from Oasis. As you can see, they are also doing some final last minute adjustments just to make sure they have enough competitiveness to beat their teammates. They are the teams, so let's see a little more about the track. Here we are at track motor racing in Croydon. As you can see, there is a big variety in the type of corners, the type of straights. There is so much to test here on the track. Croydon was also known for being a trading village in the Middle Ages, so let's see what the teams can trade to each other here on test day 2. The track here at Croydon, as you can see, is a very technical circuit. We've got a mixture of fast straights, hairpins, long straights and short straights. This is a real tester for the teams to test out their machines to the absolute maximum to see who can be the victorious one on the final day. Let's go back to the pits now and see which teams are ready to test out their karts for the second test day of ProtoEV London 2023. First to tackle test day 2, we have Team Max Voltage, kart number 9, driven by Kian. And away he goes on the first lap of the second test day. As you can see, Keane comes down the main straight on the approach to the first turn, taking it nice and wide, finding the apex, holding in, ready for turn 2, big left-hander, takes it nice and sharp. Carrying lots of speed into turn 4, Keane really is going hard on the outlap. Team Max Voltage are doing really well here, coming into sector 2, past turn 6, through turn 7 on the approach to the big hairpin left of turn 8. Keane holding a very nice line through turn 8, pushing out wide, through 9 and 10. As you can see, holding a very tight line again, not spurring any time even on the outlap. As Keane approaches the final 2 bends, you can see he misses the first apex but then hits the second one to give him a good run through to the next lap. On this second lap, Keane is picking up the pace. He's quite wide through turn 1 and 2 but holds it nicely through turn 3 on the approach to turn 4. Holding that inside line right the way through turn 4 hairpin and holding it nicely out onto the back straight through into sector 2. As you can see here, Keane is having a much better sector 2, holding them tighter lines, giving himself that good exit, so he gets a lot of speed coming out of sector 2 up towards the final 2 curves, hits apex 1 and then decides to come in to have some time to look at the kart. Overall, that was a really good run from Team Max Voltage at Oasis. Now let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the 777 car from Oasis, Team AC/DC. Driven by Idris, the AC/DC team will try their best to overtake the rest of the competition and their teammates from Max Voltage. As you can see here, Idris is having a really quick lap, holding the inside line at turn 8, maximising the grip and also having really good exits, so he carries all the speed on the backside of the track. Just look at how he's taking these last 2 bends really quickly. That exit has given Idris and Team AC/DC a really quick run back through the start finish round turn 1. Good approach up to turn 2, nice and wide, bringing it in. Good sector 1 there, coming outside, bring it back into sector 2. On the approach to the big hairpin, nice braking zone in, holds it nice and tight. Again, really quick through that sector 2, out to sector 2, back onto the back straight. Approaching the final 2 bends, really good on second to last. Final corner done very quickly, and that is a complete lap of here at Croydon. That was such a good lap there from Idris and Team AC/DC. You can see he's still picking up the pace, he's going quicker and quicker each time round, very tight on the lines, really quick outside the bends, onto the back straight, and that is the end of Team AC/DC session. What a good drive from them guys. It turns out that Team AC/DC's time was cut short due to the marshals spotting a nut that come off the back of the kart. So the guys have brought it in, they're going to have a look at it. Marshals are on track finding where it may have come from. So let's see how they get on back in the pits. Let's check in with our third and final team of the day, Avenues Team Bumblebee. Unfortunately, there was too much work to do on the kart today, so they're going to have to go into the race final without any testing. Let's hope Dante can still perform on the race final.
Test day 2 was brilliant. We got to see both the Oasis teams go out and battle it between themselves, and I tell you what, Downside Fisher are going to have some tough competition. We have now seen each of the 3 teams go out once. So Blur, who do you think is going to take it in the final?
Well, you know what, Downside Fisher are going to have some big competition going into the race final. Both the Oasis team, Team AC/DC and Team Voltage are looking really strong after test day 2. So honestly, Team Hot Wheels from Downside Fisher have a lot of competition. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in our race final. But just before we go into the race final, just like to say a big thank you to our sponsors. Our first sponsor, RS Components, for supplying us with equipment for our ProtoEV STEM Challenge, and our main title sponsor, Innovate UK, who without them, all this wouldn't be possible. Now here's a video from our title sponsors. So it all comes down to this. Who will be the victorious team on the final day? Will it be Team Oasis with Team AC/DC or Team Max Voltage? Will it be Downside Fisher with Team Hot Wheels? Or will it be Team Avenues U Project with the Team Bumblebee? Let's get into it.
The time has come. It is the final day of ProtoEV. But first, the teams are given a brief on how the day will pan out. Who will become the champion? Will it be Team AC/DC, Team Hot Wheels, Team Max Voltage, or Team Bumblebee? First up, we have Team Max Voltage. They have a quality session back on test day 2. Let's see how they do in the final test. They seem to have come in no issues, so they can move on to the final without any queries. Next up, we have Team AC/DC, who have appeared to have stopped during the test just before the final. So let's hope there are no issues there. Marshall's going over, seeing if there are any problems. First things first, let's make sure the kart is isolated. There he is. This is fantastic teamwork from the Team Max Voltage. Great sportsmanship, helping out their sister team, making sure everything is okay. Let's just hope that Team AC/DC can get this car going for the final, which is only in about an hour's time. Let's hope there is not too much work. Kart is now being lifted onto the trailer so it can be escorted back to the pit lane for the diagnostics, repair work and final checks. It would be such a shame to see this team fall at the final hurdle after seeing such a brilliant performance throughout the test days. Next up, we have Team Hot Wheels from Downside Fisher. They're going out, but oh no, they have also stopped on the morning test before the final. Drivers looking back, marshals are getting ready to go over. Let's see what is wrong with his car. The driver seems to be reporting that there's a loss of power with the go-kart. Mike instructs the driver that the car will lose power as he's using a set of used batteries. Therefore, he's not getting his full potential power and will result in a bit of a slower pace. Apart from that, there was no issues with the car, so Team Hot Wheels are back on track to resume the morning test session. Last but not least, we have Dante with Avenues car. They were unable to make the morning test It is now a race against the clock for Team Bumblebee. Will they be able to make the final in this afternoon? And there we have our 4 teams for the ProtoEV London 2023 final. Each team will take part in a 7-minute time trial where the fastest 2 laps will be recorded. After that, they will be ranked from the fastest to the slowest, and the quickest team out on the final day will receive the full 20 points towards the overall team score in contention of becoming the ProtoEV London 2023 champion. You have seen the test races, but now let's meet our 4 drivers. First up, Kian from Max Voltage. Kian has proven strong during testing, but will have to put out an outstanding performance to beat the rest of the grid. Hot on his heels is the sister race team AC/DC, driven by Idris, who again was looking strong during testing. Despite having issues this morning, he does seem to have the car ready for the final. Next drive out to claim victory is Ollie from Team Hot Wheels. After missing test day 2, he hasn't had as much track time, but has shown to be putting a competitive time in this morning's test session. To round out the final, we have Dante from Team Bumblebee. This team still appear to be working on the car, so hopefully they do get out in time. And away we go, Max Voltage kick off the ProtoEV Final 2023 London. And we are actually doing quite a quick outlap. Ian is not wasting any time here, coming into the short section of Sector 2, taking it a little bit more easy this time. As I said, there is no need to push hard on the outlap, but he is anyway. We're getting into Sector 2, now you start to build the pace, start to get the heat into the tyres and get that pace up for the end of the lap. Nice and tight in through the hairpin, coming out into Sector 3, can he get a good line out? He does. This will benefit his flying lap time. Coming up to second to last corner, clips the apex 1, clips the apex 2, nice and wide, great run out, through to his flying lap, through turn 1, nice and tight, coming into turn 3, hairpin, again, very clean line by Kian there, round into Sector 2, good line out, onto the back straight, on the approach to the big hairpin left, how will he take this? He takes it nice and tight, lovely exit out the hairpin, sets him up for the next right-hander. Bit of understeer through the right-hander onto Sector 3, coming through the second to last corner and the last corner, nice and tight again. And what a beautiful lap from Kian and Team Max Voltage. And next out we have Idris from Team AC/DC, rocking the 777 kart. Look at that thing go. Coming down for his outlap, again taking it very quickly, screeching them tyres around the first 2 corners. Showing lots of pace again, getting them tyres nice and warm, ready for his flying lap. Similar to his teammate, pushing very hard on the outlap, taking them nice lines, getting used to what he will be doing on that flying lap. Let's see how we can take the big hairpin very nicely. And a good exit onto the back straight. Approaching the final 2 turns, let's see if he can get a good run for his flying lap. Great start through the start finish line. Let's see how he can do on his flying lap. Turn 1, how can he do it? Takes it tight. Turn 2, a little bit wide, but very quick through the hairpin at turn 3. On the approach onto Sector 2, very tight into that hairpin there. Onto the back straight, carrying lots of speed. Coming through into the Sector 3 on the approach to the tight hairpin. See how we can take it. Very tight, back end stepping out on the approach to the back straight again. Very nice run on the approach to the second 2 turns. Hits the first apex, hits the second apex. And that seems like a brilliant run from Idris and Team AC/DC. Let's see if it was enough to beat their teammates and the rest of the competition. Third to hit the track, we have Ollie from Downside Fisher with Team Hot Wheels. He looks poised and ready to go. Taking it a bit more carefully on the outlap this time, as you can see, not pushing too hard, but still getting heat into them tyres. Now, during the practice sessions, Ollie did seem a bit more conservative with his driving, but they say with karting, sometimes smoother is quicker. You can sometimes scrub a lot of speed just from making tyre squeal. The more sideways you go, the more you're slowing down, so a smooth line can be more beneficial in karting, especially with these technical circuits. But let's see how he can do. Coming up to the second to last corner, can he get a good run through to the start of his flying lap? Yes, he does. Nice and wide, through down past the start finish on the approach to turn 1. Nice and tight again. Them smooth lines coming into practice again. Smooth again round the hairpin at turn 3 on the approach to sector 2. Very tight on the hairpin there onto the back straight. Building up the speed now. Still very smooth with his driving. There's no aggression. Not really sideways. Pushing very, very hard round the big hairpin into sector 3. Can he get a good run onto the back straight? Yes, he can. And listen to the team cheering him on. Great support there from the downside Fisher guys. Let's see what time he can get, cheering as he crosses the start finish line. Now we head over to Team Bumblebee Avenues, and unfortunately they have had issues with their go-kart, and it is looking unlikely, despite the help from James Dormer and the other teams, it is looking unlikely that they will get to go out on track today. Such an unfortunate thing for the team, but let's see how they can do next year.
So everyone could just have your attention. So just want to say well done to you all over the last 3-4 months since taking part in ProtoEV, and just making sure that you all work together as a team to make sure that got your karts ready, got your logos on. As a really good joint effort from each and every one of you, so you'll feel proud of yourselves.
So let's get down to the awards. We are going to be splitting up the awards into 4 different categories. So these are 4 individual job roles which will contribute to the overall ProtoEV winner. So the first role is the Entrepreneur Award. So this person who has raised the most money for their team. This may be crowdfunding, this may be doing an event at the youth group or school. So whoever has raised the most money will be winning the Entrepreneur Award. Next up, we have the Best Kart Design. As it says in the name, it is the team with the best kart design and team gear. So whoever is best presented will receive the Best Design Award. Third on the list, we have the Best Team. So for this is split into 2 categories. First category is the best team morale, and the second one is the contribution to the workload. So the team who has contributed the most and has the highest morale, they will win that category. The fourth and final category is the fastest lap. As it says, it is the team with the fastest lap on the final session, as you have just seen. So we will record the 2 fastest lap times, and the fastest lap wins. If 2 teams have the same fastest lap, it will then go to the second fastest lap, and that will decide the winner. Once we combine all the points across the board, we will then have a ranking of the overall top 3 for ProtoEV 2023 London. So let's get into the first award, this being the Entrepreneur Award. As stated before, this is the team that have raised the most amount of money for their team to spend on things like the race suit, the helmets, the paint, whatever they need for the programme. And the winner of the Entrepreneur Award is Team Max Voltage. And the second award is the Best Design Award. As mentioned, this is the team with the best designed kart, the best designed team gear, but also the best innovation to their go-kart. So something that we may have not seen on the other go-karts, something to stand out. And the winner of the best design is Team Hot Wheels from Downside Fisher.
Okay, well done.
Next up, we have the Best Team Award. So this team has provided brilliant team morale for their own team, but also they have been there to help the other teams when they have come into issues. So taking the award for Best Team is Team Max Voltage. So the fourth and final individual award was the fastest lap. Now this was really close. We had a 2-second gap from the leaders to last, so it was very close at the end of the final. So to kick it off, in third place with a lap time of 43.08, we have Team Hot Wheels. In second place, only 0.8 behind the leader with a lap time of 41.1, we have Team Max Voltage. And the winner of the fastest lap award with a lap time of 40.3, we have ACDC.
With a 40.3, we have Team ACDC.
So now we move on to the final overall winner. So all the individual awards that the teams have earned have been compiled together to work out who is the overall winner. So to start off, in third place, taking the bronze trophy, we have ACDC. In second place, only 1 point ahead, but 2 points behind the leader, we have Team Hot Wheels. And the winner of ProtoEV 2023 London is Max Voltage. We also have one bonus award which doesn't add up to any points, but it is an award that we are going to give out, and it's for the most outstanding performer of the ProtoEV Championship. So this individual has been through the team through the thick and the thin. He's had a smile on his face the whole time. So the outstanding performer winner is Dante.
We are here at the end of ProtoEV 2023 London, and here we are with the winning team, Team Voltage. What do we have to say, guys?
Incredible, isn't it? Yeah, fantastic team. Yeah. I mean, 3 out of 4 is pretty great, yeah. But
Yep, indeed. As they said, it's not just about being fast to win here. You've got the full package to go, you know, working as a team, it's the design, it's everything that goes along with it. So really well done, guys. Any further comments on this side? No worries. That is the end, and well done to Team Voltage.
yes, lads!
So, Max Voltage take the win of ProtoEV 2023 London. So, what do you think?
Overall, all the teams really impressed me on the final day. Just do a quick summary. I mean, the two Oasis teams were just really strong throughout. They just had good team chemistry, especially our winning team Max Voltage. The team spirit was high throughout all the 3 test sessions. They were just really all on it as a team, and they were I just think they were great winners of the ProtoEV STEM challenge, and hope to see them enter again into next year for 2024. Downside Fisher similarly as well. It's really great team with great team spirit as well. I've just seen when they were just going, the driver going around the track, all the team were just there supporting, cheering the drivers on, and that's what you want to see through all the teams, just showing that next level of support for their driver going out on the circuit. And I really like the design as well. Can't forget the design element on the downside Fisher kart. Easily just the class of the field in terms of the design element. So well done to them and well done to their design team. And just going on to just to round off with Avenues and Team Bumblebee, just been really impressed with. They managed to get their car working in the end, but didn't manage to get it to testing. But we gave the Outstanding Performer Award to Dante. And we had on that final day James Dorner, Mercedes electrical engineer, come down on that day to assist with Avenues in terms of getting their kart ready. And he's been working with them throughout the last couple of months of the programme. And he was mainly highlighting to me how hard that Dante particularly worked on making sure that kart was spinning on all fronts, essentially. So I had to give the Outstanding Performer Award to Dante for all his hard work and commitment to the ProtoEV programme. And I do hope to see him and the Avenues team at ProtoEV for 2024.
Yeah, rightly so. All the teams did exceptionally well throughout the whole programme, not just the events. So that is the end of ProtoEV London 2023. We hope to see you again next year. So for myself and Blur, that is it for this year.
Peace out, everyone.